Ambassador Mara Cade thrust the data slate forward. Its holographic terms flickered to life above the obsidian table of the Krell War Council. Earth offers ceasefire, withdraw from the border systems, compensate habitat losses, no further escalation. Prime Marshal Rask leaned back in his throne-like chair. His scaled face split into a jagged grin, 4 eyes narrowing. The chamber's air recyclers hummed, thick with the scent of ionized metal and alien musk. Counselors hulking Krell in armored robes shifted, claws scraping stone. "Human," Rask boomed, voice amplified by his collar implant. "You trespass into our hall with this, whimper." He snatched the slate. One claw tapped a command. The hologram exploded across every viewscreen in the Capitol dome. Billions watched live. Cade stood rigid. Her suit's environmental seals hissed softly. She kept her face neutral, hands clasped behind her back. The terms scrolled, verified timestamps, neutral arbitrators, reparations in raw isotopes. Ironclad, Rask rose. "War Council, the humans beg peace." He waved the slate. "They cower after our victories. Vote, mockery, or mercy," counselors bellowed. Thumbs-down icons flooded the broadcast. Laughter roared through the dome, deep, guttural, echoing off vaulted ceilings. A counselor hurled a ceremonial dagger. It embedded in the floor inches from Cade's boot. "Diplomacy is death," Rask shouted. The vote finalized, 98% mockery. Cheers drowned the feed. Cade's jaw tightened. She tapped her wrist cuff. Suit recorder activated, full spectrum capture, audio-visual biometric scans of every counselor. Neural net tagged insults, gestures, legal violations under Galactic Accord Article 47. Timestamp synced to Sol standard. "Transmit burst to cabinet," she whispered. The cuff pulsed confirmation. Lightspeed lag to Earth 14 minutes. Admiral Sato would have it soon. Rask turned to her, screen still live. "Leave, soft skin, your words amuse us." Cade met his eyes. "Documented, Earth will respond proportionally." He laughed harder. "Run to your rock, we strike your borders now, demonstration." Counselors stamped approval. Rask signed the order with a flourish. Holomaps bloomed, human habitats in the Veil Nebula, civilian domes. "Mining outposts, punish their talk," he growled. "Orbital lances primed." Cade pivoted, escorts 2 Krell guards flanked her to the shuttle bay. She boarded under jeers from the crowd outside. Dome lights glared, protesters hurled nutrient packs, splattering her suit. Shuttle launch thrummed. She reviewed the transcript en route. Every laugh, every vote, evidence. Earth's case built. Admiral Juno Sato's bridge console chimed. Fleet carrier Asterisk Indomitable hung in void above Epsilon habitat, picket ships arrayed in defensive lattice. "Incoming priority from Ambassador Cade," her comms officer said. Sato swiped the file, transcript loaded. She scanned, delivery, broadcast, mockery, strike order. Biometrics showed Rask's adrenaline spike, arrogance unchecked. "Verify targets," Sato ordered. Her voice cut clean through the hum of TAC displays. "No launches until confirmed," weapons officer nodded. Krell's signatures rising from their frontier base. Lance batteries hot, vectors lock on Veil habitats, 2.3 million civilians. Sato's fingers danced over the planner. Logistics first, fuel reserves 92%, munitions full, drone swarms primed. Humans didn't rage, they calculated. "Alert all captains, form denial basket, prioritize intercepts." Bridge crew moved, drones deployed in silent blooms. Sato patched to Cade's shuttle. "Ambassador." "Received, holding fire until your evac clears." Cade's face appeared steady. "Strikes authorized live, legal package attached, proceed under Accord rules." "Acknowledged." Sato cut link. She studied the Krell order. "Demonstration." Fools mistook patience for fear. Alarms blared. Krell lances fired, plasma spears lancing toward habitats. "Intercepts away," Sato said. Human point defense grids lit space. Lasers sliced the barrage. Debris clouds bloomed, harmless. Krell command chatter spiked, intercepted by human SIGINT. Sato smiled faintly. They expected panic. Strategist Vayer Koth paced the Krell tactical nexus. Screens showed lance misses, human defenses, perfect. "Impossible," a subordinate hissed. "Intercepts at 100% efficiency." Vayer's mind raced. Models updated, humans conserved fire, no counter battery. "Restraint or trap," Prime Marshal, Vayer signaled. "Humans hold, recommend pause, model their escalation." Rask's face overrode the channel. "They cower, push the punitive campaign, full invasion vectors." Vayer's claws clenched. Human logs hacked from the broadcast showed the diplomats calm. No rage, just recording. Adjust models, Veyer barked to analysts. They fight like machines, logistics first. Strikes continued. Human responses, surgical, one Krell frigate vanished, silent kinetic kill. Veyer froze, they're mapping us. Captain Elias Rook's stealth drop pod kissed the Krell frontier moon's regolith. Dust settled, he unstrapped, rifle up. Intel net live, he murmured. Squad fanned out 6 operators in chameleon suits. Goal, capture enemy sensor node. No kills unless forced. Krell patrols clanked nearby, oblivious. Rook's HUD overlaid grids from Sato's feeds. Mockery broadcast looped in his earpiece, Rask's laugh. Discipline, Rook said. They sliced fiber lines, jacked the node. Data flooded, Lance coords, fleet manifests, Rask's full order chain. Gold, his second whispered. Habitat strikes logged, civilian vectors. Rook nodded. Exfil, Earth gets the map. Explosives set minimal yield, they ghosted out. Krell alarms wailed too late, pod launch. Rook patched to asterisk indomitable. Captain Rook, node secured, targets verified, Rask signed personally. Sato's reply, upload, we end this clean. Back on the Capital shuttle, Cade watched the feed. Krell demonstrations failed, human intercepts flawless, no overkill. No monsters, her cuff chimed, Sato's prelim report. Captured intel confirmed Rask's hubris, unilateral orders bypassing allies. Cade drafted the next accord filing. Arrogance logged. Retaliation framed, precise, accountable. Rask's broadcast returned, his face twisted. Humans defy full war. But Veyer's voice cut in, leaked internal. Marshal their restraint, it's strategy. Cade leaned back. The War Council had laughed, signed the order, now Earth moved. Prime Marshal Rask slammed his fist on the command dais. Nexus screens flickered with failures, human habitats intact. His lances, vapor. Status, he roared. Veyer Koth entered, data slate clutched. Intercepts total, sir. They predicted every vector and our frontier node compromised. Full manifests stolen. Rask's eyes bulged. Humans on our soil? Ghosts, Veyer said. No bodies, just data theft. They're building a case. Council feed demanded update. Billions watched. Rask straightened. Push harder, orbital prep on their core worlds, alert screamed. Human drones, millions, swarmed the frontier base. Not attacking, scanning, mapping. Sato's voice boomed on open channel, calm as void. Prime Marshal Rask, under Accord 47, your signed order targets civilians. Cease or we verify and respond. Rask froze. Verify. They had everything, Veyer whispered, sir. Their diplomat recorded it all, public, legally ours. The dome crowd outside shifted. Cheers faltered. Cade's shuttle docked at the neutral station. She stepped out, suit pristine. Earth's response cued, not rage, force. Rask stared at the human signal. Arrogance cracked. They had laughed. Then the humans turned restraint into the blade. Admiral Sato watched the Krell base scans complete. Drones returned, data pristine. No shots fired. Cabinet confirms, her XO said. Orbital options greenlit, but only verified. Sato nodded. Target Rask's command ship, precision strike, end the order chain. Fleets aligned. Humans didn't conquer, they accounted. Krell channels scrambled. Veyer's models collapsed under human logistics. Rask bellowed retreat. Too late. The war turned not on fury, but on the discipline they never saw coming. Admiral Juno Sato's fingers danced across the tactical holoscreen. Picket ships Bravo Wing and Delta Squadron snapped to new vectors, engines flaring blue against the starfield. Incoming strike wave confirmed, her XO barked. Krell fast attack frigates 12 strong, launching missiles now. Intercept only, Sato ordered. No fire until positive ID on launch sources. Verify every tube. The bridge crew leaned in. Krell signatures blinked red, sleek, dagger-shaped hulls screaming through the void at 0.4 C. Human pickets danced evasion patterns, point defense lasers carving missile swarms to slag. Sato's eyes narrowed on the threat board. Earth's frontier fleets held position. No counter-launch, not yet. One Krell frigate buckled under concentrated fire. Its spine cracked open, venting plasma. Sato marked it. Target that wreck for boarding, get me Rook. Captain Elias Rook's squad breached the frigate's hull with shaped charges. Breaches hissed shut behind them. Zero-G mag boots clamped to deck plates slick with alien coolant. Clear forward, Rook whispered into his comm. His team fanned out 6 operators in adaptive camo, rifles hot but silent. Krell crew thrashed in panic, tentacles flailing from shattered stations. Rook zeroed a surviving gunner, one suppressed burst. The alien slumped. Logs first, bodies second. They hit the fire control core. Consoles sparked under gloved hands. Rook jacked in his data spike. Streams of Krell code flooded his HUD launch orders, targeting solutions signed by Prime Marshal Rask himself. Got it, Rook grunted. Authentic chain. Civi targets locked pre-strike. Uploading now. Alarms wailed. Krell reinforcements boiled from vents. Rook's team pivoted. Railgun rounds punched through armor like paper. 3 down, they extracted prize data clutched tight. Sato's console pinged green. Rook's upload hit her servers, pristine, time-stamped, irrefutable. She cross-checked against drone scans. Matches. Published to all allied channels, she said. Neutral Council feed 2, full attack chain, Rask's signature highlighted. Her comms officer nodded. Data burst rocketed out, logs, vectors, orders. Billions across the galaxy watched live. Sato keyed the open channel. Her voice cut through Krell chatter, steady as steel. Prime Marshal Rask, your frigates fired first. Verified logs attached. Under Galactic Accord 47, you targeted civilian arcs. Cease all operations in 12 standard hours, or we respond with precision. Krell command scrambled. Sato watched their fleets jitter, hesitation rippling through formations. On the Krell War Dome, strategist Vayer Koth stared at his collapsing models. Human pickets had gutted the strike wave without retaliation. Now this logs, public legal. Impossible, Vayer muttered. Screens showed Rook's boarding feed captured by a dying Krell cam. Humans moved like ghosts, seizing data amid carnage. Prime Marshal Rask bellowed from his throne. Lies, human trickery, launch the next wave. Vayer grabbed his arm. Sir, the logs match our own records. They have us publicly. Rask's tentacles coiled tight. The dome crowd murmured. Outside, allied ships peeled away from Krell formation. Sato's bridge hummed. Cabinet uplink confirmed, green light for escalation if timer expired. She plotted vectors, not blind fury, but surgical. Rask's flagship dead center. Status on pickets, she asked. All holding, ma'am, Krell pulling back. Good, monitor the clock. Captain Rook's shuttle docked with the fleet tender. He stripped off his helmet, sweat beading on his brow. Data core secure in his pack. Logs clean, Sato's voice patched through. Crystal Admiral, Rask signed off on Civi strikes himself. Your ultimatum's ironclad. Sato allowed a thin smile. Board report filed, rest your team. Across the frontier, Krell channels erupted. Vayer Koth reworked his sims frantically. Human restraint baffled him, drones mapped their base without a shot. Pickets carved his wave, now proof pinned Rask. They're not monsters, Vayer told his aides. They're accountants with fangs, Rask paced. We strike their core worlds, orbital prep. Council feeds lit up. Human Ambassador Mara Cade's face appeared, serene in her shuttle dock. Accord 47 violated. Evidence public. Allies witness. Krell allies wavered. Feeds showed Earth fleets aligning, not charging positioning. Logistics perfect, unhurried. Sato's XO leaned in. Krell Vanguard scattering, some signaling parley. Log it, Sato said. No response till timer hits 0. 11 hours ticked down. Krell probes tested picket lines. Human drones swatted them data-rich. Rook reviewed his boarding footage in the ready room. Krell fire control officer's last gasp, shock at human boarders ignoring kills for data. They're scrambling, his second said. Rook nodded. We don't rage, we record. Vayer's models predicted human counterstrike, wild volleys on Krell worlds, but scans showed precision arrays charging, orbital kinetics targeted. They're aiming for command nodes, Vayer warned Rask. Your ship first, Rask snarled. Retreat, never, Dome erupted in shouts. Billions tuned in. Human feeds looped the logs, arrogance curdled. Sato watched the timer, 004722. Krell fleets bunched defensive, her kinetics spooled up. Incoming hail from Rask, comm said. Audio only, Sato replied. Record, Rask's voice boomed, laced with fury. Human witch, cease your lies. Logs don't lie, Marshal, Sato said flat. Timer runs, verify and stand down. Silence stretched. Krell ships edged back. Vayer whispered urgently off mic. Rask cut the line. Sato's board updated. Krell strike elements withdrawing. Allied channels buzzed, praise for human proof. Timer at 003210, XO noted. Hold fire, Sato said. They break or we break them clean. Rook's team geared up again. Shuttles prepped for follow-on raids. Data maps turned Krell nets into kill boxes. On the War Dome, Rask deflated. Veyer's new model flashed, human victory inevitable total. Ceasefire order, Rask growled, billions heard. Sato's console chimed. Krell all-fleet broadcast, stand down, she exhaled once. Secure all assets, publish the withdrawal. Earth didn't fire first, Earth proved it. The galaxy watched arrogance shatter, not on rage but restraint forged to blade. Krell channels went dark, Veyer slumped, models rewritten. Humans accounted, and won. Ambassador Cade's voice followed on open comm, peace on verified terms. Or we continue. Sato aligned her fleets for home vectors, war turned, discipline endured, but frontier sensors pinged faint. One Krell ghost ship cloaked, slipping toward Sol. Rook's shuttle launched without orders. Admiral, he said, loose end, permission to tie it. Sato eyed the trace. Granted, bring proof. The hook set deeper, they never saw it coming. Sato's console flared red. Multiple launches, Admiral, Krell strike wave, 50+ missiles, deep space vector toward outer habitats. She leaned forward. Bridge crew snapped to stations. The ceasefire held for minutes, now this. Layered ambush alpha pattern, Sato said. Drones first, then kinetic swarms, verify civilian vectors only. Weapons officer nodded. Firing. Missiles streaked from hidden pickets. Human drones bloomed like thorns, spoofing Krell seekers. Decoys lit the void. Real warheads punched through, sharding the lead salvo. Krell wave fractured. Sensors showed 30 detonations, clean kills. Fragments tumbled harmless. No overkill. Second layer, Sato ordered. Hold primaries. Her fleet ghosted in the outer belt. Logistics made them invisible. Cold drives mirrored hulls. Krell analysts chased ghosts. Strike wave halved. Sato's XO marked the board. They're adjusting evasive burns. Account for it. She tapped the plot. Humans planned 3 moves ahead. Krell chased reactions. Final kinetic barrage ripped the remnants. Shattered hulks vented atmosphere. 0 misses on human assets. Wave broken, sensors confirmed. No impacts projected, Sato exhaled. Log all tracks. Broadcast intercepts to neutrals. Publish the proof. Allied channels lit up. Human restraint held the line, again. Rook's shuttle burned hard through the debris field. Ghost ship's cloak flickered on his scopes, Krell tech, sloppy under stress. Lock grapples, he told his team. 4 operators checked mag boots and stunners. No rifles. Intel first. Boarding tube latched. Charges breached the hull. They flowed in silent. Krell corridors hummed. Alarms wailed low. Rook's HUD mapped from hacked feeds, comms node ahead. 2 guards down with tasers. Comms officer hunched at a console, claws flying. Female, mid-rank by insignia. Secure, Rook whispered. His team pinned her, she hissed, mandibles flaring, neural cuff clicked on. Translate, Rook said to the AI. Next targets now, she glared. You lose, Rask ends you. Data streamed. Rook watched the list spill. 3 human habitats, civilian domes, impact in 90 minutes, cities next. Got it, he yanked the core drive. Exfil, priority burst to Sato. Shuttle detached. Ghost ship sparked adrift, proof in hand. Sato's bridge pinged. Rook's burst arrived, target list verified. Fast response escorts, Delta Wing, she snapped. Burn to intercepts, armed deflectors only. 3 frigates vaulted from patrol. Engines flared blue. Habitats loomed on plots. Orion Dome, New Eden Pioneer Ring, billions inside. Krell missiles arrowed in city killers per Rook's data. 10 minutes to impact, XO said. Escorts danced. Point defense lasers slashed. Deflector fields shoved warheads off course. First habitat cleared, missile veered into vacuum. Second, frigate took a graze, shields held. Third, dual intercept. Wreckage burned harmless. Impacts negated, sensors chimed, habitats intact. Sato nodded. Rook RTB with prisoner, Cade open channel to Krell command. Ambassador Cade's face appeared calm. They're listening, terms stand. Earth saved its own. No retaliation strikes, yet Rask slammed his podium. War Dome screens showed the ambush wreckage, strike wave gone, habitats untouched. Impossible, he roared. Humans dodge everything. Veyer Koth hunched over his models. Screens flickered, new sims running. Human logistics outpaced Krell mass. Restraint layered into traps. Prime marshal their data nets. We can't hide launches, Veyer said. They map our pads before we fire. Rask's crest flared red. Prestige bled with every failure. Diplomats mocked him. Allies whispered defection. No more probes. He stabbed the comm. All fleets, total war, mass on Sol, burn their worlds from orbit. Veyer's claws froze. Models crashed. Human fleets waited, verified, then struck launchers. Cities safe, but Krell yards gutted. Sir, their ambassador offers peace. Silence, Rask broadcast fleet-wide. To Sol, end humanity. Channels erupted, ships turned inward, arrogance ignited the long burn. Vayer stared at the plot. Humans aimed for launchers, not cities. Sato's scopes lit with the massing. Sol inbound, hundreds strong. Verify vectors, she said. Bridge hummed efficient. Cade's voice cut in. They're committing your move, Admiral. Sato traced the leads. Krell yards glowed, prime targets. Verified. Prep precision strikes, she replied. Launchers only. Earth holds the moral high. Fleets aligned. Rook's shuttle docked, prisoner in tow. Ghost ship intel confirmed the push. Discipline sharpened. Galaxy watched the blade fall. One Krell frigate broke formation early, signaling surrender. Neutrals cheered. Rask didn't see it. Vayer did. Models screamed defeat. Vayer Koth's claws stabbed the console. Simulations froze mid-burn. Krell fleets vaporized in Sol's outer lanes. Human interceptors ghosted through the plots, unerring. Restraint, he hissed. That's the variable. The chamber doors hissed open. Prime Marshal Rask stormed in, crest pulsing crimson. Report, strategist. Why do our projections fail? Vayer spun the hollow. Two task forces blinked red, lost to human pickets that struck carriers first, then vanished. They wait, sir. Verify launches. No panic fire. Our mass assaults feed their traps. Rask's mandibles clicked. Excuses. We've gutted their yards. Sol bleeds. Not enough. Vayer overlaid fresh data, human decoys blooming in the belt. Real shipyards hummed untouched. They document every raid. Ambassador Cade broadcasts our violations galaxy-wide. Neutrals shift. Rask loomed closer. Negotiate with weaklings who hide behind words. Vayer met his gaze. Yes, pull back, offer terms. Their restraint cracks under total commitment, but ours breaks first. Silence stretched. Rask's comm chirped. Fleet reports piled in. Another frigate signaled surrender. His crest deflated a fraction, then fury reignited. Treachery! Guards burst through the doors. They seized Vayer's liaison team, 3 analysts clawing protests. Shackles snapped. Arrested for defeatism, Rask snarled. All fleets, scorched orbit on human yards, burn them blind. Vayer lunged. Sir, models show. Rask's backhand sent him sprawling. Execute the order. Consoles lit. Raider wings launched from Krell orbitals, dozens strong, plasma lances hot. Vayer watched from the floor, blood trickling. Arrogance burned brighter than the drives. Admiral Juno Sato, scopes flared. Krell raiders streaked inbound, vectors locked on decoy signatures. Decoys holding, she said. Bridge crew nodded, fingers dancing over verified plots. Ambassador Cade's face patched in. Public channels carry their declaration, total war, neutrals watch. Sato traced the leads. Real shipyards hid in asteroid shadows, output tripled. Plant the bait deeper. Root power surges to dummies. Engineers complied. False heat blooms spiked. Raiders tightened formation. Sato's fleet waited in the kill corridor, silent, aligned. Rook's intel confirms their command net. Launchers exposed on Homeworld. Captain Elia's Rook strode onto the bridge, Krell prisoner in tow. Shackles hummed. The alien's crest quivered. They model us now, Rook said. Ghost ship data cracked their sims. Sato eyed the captive. Talk, the Krell hissed. Vayer warned, restraint unknown, Rask ignores. Prep strikes, Sato ordered. Launchers only, cities untouched. Missiles rippled out, precision-guided, verified. Krell raiders plunged into the corridor. Explosions chained. Decoy yards erupted in false glory. Real raiders shredded, interceptors swarmed from null points, lasers carving hulls. Sato watched the tally climb, 70% losses, Krell survivors scattered. They're breaking, Cade said. Rask's broadcast stutters. Sato allowed a nod. Moral high ground holds. Galaxy sees. Vayer staggered to his feet in the command vault. Alarms wailed. Raider feeds cut one by one, traps sprung, corridors of death. They lured us, he muttered. Claws flew across a shadow console, bypassing locks. Fresh sims spun. Human fleets bypassed cities, gutted launch pads. Krell worlds intact but naked. Rask bellowed from the throne. Counter all reserves. Too late. Orbital defenses flickered offline. Human drones, invisible till now. Vayer's models aligned at last. Humans didn't rage. They accounted. Every strike logged, broadcast. They're not monsters, he whispered. They're judges. Guards dragged him toward the cells. He glimpsed the plot. Human shuttles piercing the net. Special ops inbound. Rook's signature. Methodical intel first. Prime Marshal Rask gripped the throne arms. Raider remnants limped home. Hulls vented. Mobilize ground legions. Defend the pads. comms choked. Human Ambassador Cade's voice pierced every channel. Krell aggression documented, strikes limited to military. Surrender terms stand down or escalation verified. Rask smashed the console. Lies burn Saul, a strategist, Vayer's deputy, burst in. Sir, models match now, they target us surgically, neutrals fleet to Saul, Rask rose. Then we fight, shuttles screamed through Atmo. Human raiders hit the pads not with bombs but teams. Rook's ops, capture nets, slice data cores. Vayer twisted in guard's grip as blasts shook the vault. It's over, he said. They win without the rage we crave. Doors buckled. Human figures in void armor breached, Rook at point, rifle sweeping. Secure the vault, Rook barked. Priority, command staff. Guards fired. Rook sidestepped, stun rounds dropping them. Vayer raised empty claws. I modeled you right, restraint first. Rook cuffed him firm, no brutality. Good, talk and you walk. Rask charged from the throne, blade drawn. Rook pivoted, tackled him mid-leap. The Prime Marshal hit deck hard, mandibles gaping, cuffs clicked. Prime Marshal Rask detained for War Crimes Tribunal. Rask thrashed. Monsters, you'll burn. Rook hauled him up. We could have, didn't. His team swept the room, data slates yanked clean. Vayer watched, models vindicated, arrogance cuffed. Galaxy feeds lit, Krell command fallen, humans offering terms. One frigate's surrender multiplied, fleet stood down. Sato's bridge hummed victory, scopes cleared. Strikes complete, launchers silenced, casualties minimal. Cade smiled tightly. Peace offer renewed, they know the cost now. Sato leaned back. Discipline wins wars. Rook's report patched in. Command secured, Vayerkoth cooperative, full sims handed over. Sato nodded. Extract, Earth holds. Across the fleet net, aliens whispered. Humans fought clean, accountable. The monsters they feared stayed leashed until the moment demanded the blade. Vayer sat in the shuttle, cuffs loose. Rook across from him. Why spare cities? Vayer asked. Rook met his eyes. Because we choose every time. The shuttle burned for neutral space. Models rewritten. Humanity's restraint, the deadliest force. Rask glared from his cell feed, broadcast live. Cade's voice overlaid. Galactic Council convenes, justice not vengeance. Arrogance collapsed, force accounted. War ended not in fire but verdict. Captain Elias Rook crouched in the logistics hub's vent shaft, breather mask hissing softly. Krell drones hummed below, loading fuel pods into armored haulers. His HUD blinked, 3 minutes to primary depot. He thumbed the beacon, remote. Silent drop. A drone whirred closer. Rook froze, its sensor stalk swept the floor. He exhaled slow, knife ready. Stalk passed. He dropped, boots silent on graded deck. Depot loomed, vast silos pulsing with refined plasma. First beacon, palm-sized, adhesive, slapped it under silo 1. Green light. Second silo. Third. Drones clanked past, oblivious. Rook ghosted to the secondary yard. Fuel lines snaked between tanks. He tagged 4 more, each pulse linking to Sato's strike sats overhead. Alarm whooped distant. Patrol shifted. Rook melted into shadows, exfil route live. One Krell guard lumbered near, rifle scanning. Rook's suppressed pistol coughed twice. Guard slumped, no alert. He dragged the body into a crate stack, calmed his team. Beacons live, fuel net mapped, Oscar Mike. Extraction shuttle idled in the asteroid shadow. Rook vaulted aboard. Hub blind, strikes green. Admiral Juno Sato watched the holotank flicker. Rook's beacons glowed like fireflies on the Krell resupply web, 16 depots, all frontier nodes. Sync confirmed, she said. All ships, weapons free on tags only, no spillover. Bridge crew snapped acknowledgments. Sato's fleet hung in void, railguns charged, missiles spooled. Krell haulers dotted scopes, fat with fuel for their invasion push. Fire! Lances of rail slugs streaked. First depot bloomed silent. Beacon-guided kinetic punched the base, silos crumpling inward. Fuel ignited in vacuum flash, chain-reacting tanks. Hauler convoy vaporized mid-transit. Second node. Third. Sato tracked yields, precise, contained. No population grids touched. Krell chatter spiked on intercepts. Logistics dark, resupply severed. Sato's XO leaned in. Frontier fleets report dry tanks in 12 hours, she nodded. Hold fire on primaries, let them starve. Scopes cleared of fat targets. Krell push stalled cold. Ambassador Mara Cade paced the neutral station's calm dome, slate in hand. Hololinks buzzed, reps from 3 systems, faces wary. Your proposal, the Verdani envoy said, ignores Krell's sovereignty. Cade tapped her slate. Evidence scrolled. Rask's humiliation vid her peace offer spat on Galactic feed. Sovereignty doesn't license genocide. We've severed their fuel. Frontier worlds starve first, yours next if they push. She patched live feeds. Krell haulers adrift, beacons pulsing neutral. Zorath rep tentacled his console. Corridors, you'd threat our space? Cade met his gaze. Evac routes only, humanitarian, log every ship, every soul, deny and Rask bombs your hubs too. Silence stretched. Verdani nodded first. Access granted, 60 hours. Lynx winked green. Cade exhaled. Corridors live, fleet standby for evac ops. Her slate pinged Sato, resupply collapsed. Phase 2, Prime Marshal Rask slammed his claw on the war table. Hollows screamed red, fuel depots gone, frontier fleets blinking low reserves. Humans. Surgical cowards. Vayer Koth's models spun frantic beside him. Marshal they tagged without detection, logistics crippled, no cities hit. Rask roared. Weakness, reroute home fleet, full defensive shell, frontier holds or dies. Vayer's mandibles clicked protest. Stranded. They'll fragment. Rask ignored him, barking orders. Carriers peeled from outer rims, burning coreward. Homeworld shields flared to full. Vayer reworked sims. Human strikes pinpoint, no rage fire. They model us better than we model them. Rask sneered. Diplomacy broke them. Now they grovel. Feeds showed evac corridors opening, human shuttles threading neutral space, pulling Krell colonists clean. Captain Rook's strike team ghosted through the Krell command carrier's outer locks. Breaches sealed behind. Deck 3 clear, his point man whispered. Rook checked schematics, Rask's quarters dead ahead. Vayer's sims pulled from Rook's hub raid, mapped patrols perfect. Guards rounded the corner. Rook's team flowed, tasers dropped 2, zip ties snapped. Silent advance. Bridge loomed, Rask's voice boomed inside. Push the humans, Rook's breacher charge whispered open. Team piled in, weapons trained. Rask spun, blade drawn. Rook pivoted, tackled him mid-leap. The Prime Marshal hit deck hard, mandibles gaping, cuffs clicked. Prime Marshal Rask detained for war crimes tribunal. Rask thrashed. Monsters, you'll burn, Rook hauled him up. We could have, didn't. His team swept the room, data slates yanked clean. Vayer Koth froze at his console, models frozen mid-spin. Eyes wide on the intruders. Across the carrier, Krell froze. Surrender rippled, bulkheads opening, arms dropping. Rook patched Sato. Command secured, Vayer cooperative, sims downloading. Admiral Sato's bridge hummed. Scopes showed Krell home fleet bunch tight, fuel siphoned from Civ tanks. Evac corridors hummed with traffic, Cade's logs streaming accountability. Strikes complete, Sato said. Launchers silenced, casualties minimal, mostly haulers. Cade's face patched in, tight smile. Peace offer renewed, corridors hold, they know the cost. Sato leaned back. Discipline wins wars, Rook extract. Strategist Vayer sat cuffed in the briefing nook, slate feeds playing his own sims, human precision rewriting Krell logistics to ash. Rook stood guard. Your models missed restraint, Rook said. Vayer's mandibles worked. We built for blitz. You account every shot. Rook nodded. Choice, fuel off, not worlds. Shuttle bay cycled. Extract burned hot. Rask glared from his secured cell, feed live to galactic nets. Cade's voice overlaid calm. Council convenes. Justice, not vengeance. Frontier fleets fragmented, surrenders cascading. Homeworld's shell cracked under simmed threats empty now. Sato watched the final scopes clear. Earth holds. Aliens whispered across nets. Humans leashed the blade. Arrogance cuffed. Fuel denied. War verdict pending. Vayer stared at stars streaking past. Why spare? Rook across from him, cuffs loose. Because we choose every time. Models shattered. Humanity's force accounted decisive. Prime Marshal Rask slammed his fist on the command dais. Shields full power. No variances. Fleet intersperse with orbital civies, haulers, stations, the works. Humans blink first. His bridge crew saluted, mandibles clicking assent. Scanners painted the Krell Homeworld shell, a glittering dome of energy pierced only by frantic evac streams. Civilian pods swarmed the designated corridors, Krell freighters dumping fuel to top off warships. Rask's lips curled. Diplomat Cade's peace logs, propaganda. Humans choked on restraint. Admiral Sato watched the intercept feed bloom on her bridge hollows. Rask's order raw and arrogant. Her fleet hung in high orbit, railguns cold, missiles spooled but leashed. Log it, she told her comms officer. Cade gets a copy. Timestamp every civvy in those lanes. Bridge crew nodded, fingers flying. Sato's scopes tracked the weave. Krell cruisers slinking behind bloated tankers, shield emitters pulsing below on the planet's crust. Evac windows ticked down hours Mara Cade had negotiated broadcast galaxy-wide. Humanity's offer, surrender or face accounted force. Final broadcast, Admiral? Lieutenant Hale asked. Sato straightened. Execute. Her voice rolled out calm steel across open channels. Krell Command, this is Admiral Juno Sato, United Earth Fleet. Surrender your aggressor fleets. Evacuate civilians via marked corridors. Windows close in 4 hours. Strikes will follow verified military targets only. Earth chooses restraint. Choose peace. The transmission looped, laced with maps, timers, legal citations from Cade's dossier. Sato's fleet held formation, a precise lattice. No twitch. Logistics first, fuel tallies, shield harmonics, command pings, war as ledger. Rask barked a laugh on the intercepted feed. Hear that? Restraint. Fire when ready. Pick your shots. Make them cry coward. Krell batteries lit. Lances of plasma stabbed from behind a cluster of evac haulers. One tanker vaporized in a fuel bloom, scattering pods. But the real strike punched through. An incoming convoy, red-crossed medships from neutral Mars relay. Hulls crumpled. Life pods jettisoned, silent screams on civvy bands. Sato's bridge went dead quiet. Scopes tallied 80 medtechs, 2,000 patients. Gone. Confirm firing signatures, she said, voice level. Trace vectors. Behind civvy traffic, ma'am, sensors reported. Shield emitters locked, fleet command nodes pulsing. Cade's face patched in, eyes hard. Public humiliation complete. Logs updated, war crime filing to Galactic Council. Your call, Admiral. Sato nodded once. Verified, authorized precision strikes, shield emitters first. Command nodes second, minimal spread, no civvy overmatch. Railgun capacitors whined. Her fleet shifted, a ballet of thrust and correction. First salvo, kinetic slugs, peanut-sized at Mach 50, slagged 3 emitter towers. Planetary shield flickered, a hairline crack over the equatorial belt. Krell haulers shuddered in the backwash, but corridors held. Rask's bridge alarms wailed. Shields breached, how? They're carving, Vayer Koth snapped from his strategist station, mandibles flexed. Not barrage, pinpoint. Models didn't account for this. Patience. Counterfire, Rask roared. Sato's secondaries hummed. Missiles leaped, smart seekers threading the weave. Fleet command nodes bloomed, Rask's forward bunkers, cruiser CICs. Explosions chained, silent in vacuum. Krell ships peeled from cover, fuel lines severed, reactors cold. Strikes clean, Hale reported. Emitters down 80%. Command net fragmented. Civvy losses, 0 post-authorization. Sato exhaled. Hold fire. Broadcast impact assessments. Renew evac windows. Cade's voice overlaid. Council's watching, they see discipline. But scopes pinged, special ops signatures. Captain Elias Rook's raiders, ghosts in the chaos. Sato patched him direct. Rook, status. Breaching command spire, Admiral. Infiltration via shield gap. Prioritizing intel. Capture networks, map their escalation models, extract Vayer if viable. Affirm. Down on the planet, Rook's team sliced through venting corridors, methodical. Stun rounds first. Krell guards dropped, zip-tied. Rook kicked open the strategist nook. Vayer Koth froze mid-simulation, slate glowing with failed human projections. Hands up, Rook said, rifle steady. You're coming with us. Vayer's eyes widened at the human, unarmored below the helmet, precise. You spare the fleet. Why? Choice. Rook cuffed him, yanked the slate. Data streamed, Krell blitz sims, shattered by human accounting. Your boss hid behind sickbeds, we account. Rask stormed his own CIC as nodes went dark. Vayer, report, static, then alarms, intruders. Rask grabbed a sidearm, prestige-fueling rage. Seal it, no surrender. His guards fell to suppressed fire. Rook breached, team fanning out. Rask fired wild, plasma-scorched bulkhead. Rook rolled, tagged him center mass, non-lethal. Rask slumped, glaring. Prime Marshal, Rook said, cuffing him. Diplomacy's back on, your move failed. Sato watched the feeds uplink. Rook's patch, command secured, Vayer cooperative, sims downloading. Her bridge hummed. Scopes showed Krell home fleet bunched tight, fuel siphoned from civ tanks. Evac corridors hummed with traffic, Cade's logs streaming accountability. Strikes complete, Sato said. Launchers silenced, casualties minimal, mostly haulers. Cade's face patched in, tight smile. Peace offer renewed, corridors hold, they know the cost. Sato leaned back. Discipline wins wars, Rook extract. From the captured slate, Vayer Sims played, human precision rewriting Krell logistics to ash. Rook stood guard over the alien in the briefing nook. Your models missed restraint. Vayer's mandibles worked. We built for blitz, you. Account every shot. Rook nodded. Choice, fuel off, not worlds. Shuttle bay cycled, extract burned hot. Rask glared from his secured cell, feed live to galactic nets. Cade's voice overlaid calm. Council convenes, justice, not vengeance. Sato watched Frontier Fleet's fragment on scopes, surrenders cascading. Homeworld's shell cracked under simmed threats empty now. Earth holds. Aliens whispered across nets, humans leashed the blade, arrogance cuffed, fuel denied, war verdict pending. In the shuttle, Vayer stared at stars streaking past. Rook sat across, cuffs loose. Why spare? Because we choose, Rook said, every time. Vayer's models shattered. Humanity's force accounted decisive. Sato's fleet tightened orbit. One last ping, Krell High Command requesting terms. She smiled faintly. Restraint had teeth, but scopes flickered, a rogue cruiser Rask loyalist powering weapons behind a final civvy cluster. Target locked, Hale said. Sato's hand hovered. Verify, then end it. The railgun sang. Railgun slugs punched through the rogue cruiser's hull. Plasma blooms lit the scopes as the Krell ship shattered into debris. Admiral Juno Sato lowered her hand. Target neutralized, confirm no collaterals. Clean hit, Admiral, Lieutenant Hale reported. Scopes cleared, civilian clusters intact. Sato's fleet held high orbit, a steel noose around the Krell homeworld. Shield status? Sato asked. Last ring buckling, Hale said. 80% penetrated, Sato nodded. Full barrage, crack it. Torpedoes streaked from her battlecruisers. Kinetic lances followed, slamming the orbital shield generators. Alarms blared across Krell comms. Open channel, panic raw. Enemy fleets scattered or dove for atmosphere, hulls glowing from re-entry friction. Sato's drones mapped every trajectory, no escapes. Ring down, Hale confirmed. Their orbitals are ours, Sato leaned forward. Lock ground targets, military only, broadcast all strikes live on their mockery feed. Captain Elia's Rook's breaching charge blew the bunker doors inward. Dust choked the corridor. He rolled through, rifle up, visor painting threats. 2 Krell guards spun, his rounds dropped them center mass. Methodical, no sprays. Clear, Rook whispered into comms. His Spec Ops team fanned out, boots silent on Ferrocrete. Rask's command bunker pulsed with red emergency lights. Intel from Vayer's Sims guided them. Server farms left, throne room ahead. A Krell sergeant burst from a side passage, claws raised. Rook sidestepped, drove his knife home, twisted, body slumped. Objective in sight, streaming now. He slapped a hack node on the wall console. Rask's personal channel hijacked, lived to the sector. Rook advanced. Prime Marshal Rask stood at his holodable, mandibles flared, barking orders to ghost fleets. Secure, Rook said. His team swarmed. Stun rounds felled aides. Rask whirled, pistol drawn. Rook disarmed him in a blur, cuffing wrists with maglocks. You dare, Rask snarled. Rook shoved him into a chair. Your orders, Marshal, live now. The slate mirrored Rask's console. Rook keyed it open. Rask's voice boomed across nets. All units stand down. Repeat, cease fire. Rook grinned under his helmet. Good boy, sectors hearing every word. Rask's eyes widened at the feed counter. Billions tuned in. Rook's team rigged explosives on non-critical arrays, flashbangs for drama. They exfiltrated as Krell ground forces froze, weapons lowering. Sato's scopes lit with verified codes. Surrender pings flooded in. Burn them, she ordered. Orbital batteries roared. Precision rods from heaven targeted map districts, barracks, shipyards, ammo depots. Timed strikes. First salvos cratered command posts, second waves glassed fuel lines. No sprawl. Drones verified, civilian zones cold. Krell broadcasts hijacked the carnage. Their own anchors narrated. Human fire, surgical war machine evaporates. Sato watched a carrier group ground intact, surrender flags deployed. Halt on codes, log all. Firefights dying, Hale said. Rask stream cascading surrenders. Sato's fleet tightened the noose. Homeworld's military shell peeled away layer by precise layer. No cities touched, no glassing, just the machine burned. Ambassador Mara Cade stepped to the captured broadcast dais. Rask's mockery channel, once her humiliation stage, now hers. Billions watched, Krell neutrals, Earth allies. She adjusted her slate, voice steady. Prime Marshal Rask ordered punitive strikes on neutral corridors. Earth offered peace, you laughed. Cade's eyes pierced the lens. We document every insult, every violation. Behind her, Rook's team paraded Rask in cuffs. Live, Cade tapped her slate. Legal briefs scrolled, war crimes, logs, witness slates from Veyer's own sims. Armistice terms, full demilitarization, surrender all fleets. War crimes tribunals convene under galactic oversight. Earth occupies key worlds until compliance. She paused. Reject and we resume, accept and rebuild. The channel locked on her words. Krell High Command patched in stammering assent. Cade signed off. Peace on terms. Strategist Veyer Koth stared at the bunker feed from his shuttle restraints. Rook sat opposite, rifle across knees. Stars blurred outside. Veyer's mandibles clicked. You cracked the ring, burned the district, spared the rest. Rook nodded, mapped it first. Veyer's slate pinged, occupation oversight teams inbound. His models, blitz assumptions shattered. Humans accounted every gram of ordnance. Rask pushed too far, I warned of restraint. Shuttle docked with Sato's flagship. Rook uncuffed him. Negotiate now under watch. Veyer followed to the conference deck. Cade waited, slate open. Sato loomed via hololink. Occupation Marines lined the walls, polite armed. Terms, Cade said. Veyer signed the demilitarization schedule, fleet caps, yard dismantles, troop reductions. Oversight drones would verify. His claws shook. Your force, precise, we built for rage, you choose. Cade closed the slate. Choice ends wars. Sato's voice cut in. First tribunal tomorrow, Rask testifies. Veyer bowed, arrogance cuffed. Krell whispered across nets. Humans leashed the storm. Earth held the blade, but sheathed it. Sato watched from the bridge as Krell shuttles ferried brass to holding. Scopes showed fragmenting fleets fragmenting further, crews abandoning hulls. Hale turned. All clear, Admiral. Logistics win, Sato said. Fuel denied. Verdicts pending. A final ping, neutral council hailing, praising precision. Sato smiled faintly. Discipline had teeth. The war machine smoked below, live on enemy air, hook set. Rook joined her, Veyer in tow. Bunker secured, Rask singing. Good, Sato said. Earth doesn't glass planets, we end machines. Veyer's eyes gleamed. You're normal, extraordinary. Sato turned to scopes. Occupation fleets deployed, calm, methodical. Galactic war halted. Arrogance collapsed. Humanity chose.